Hi, this is T with TeaQuilts, and I'm here today to do a block called Pathways of Halloween. And it's actually a Gill optional block, but I thought since I was doing it to turn into the Gill that I may as well just do it as a video as well. So I hope you enjoyed the block, and let's get started. So what you will need for this block is a 5.5-inch focus fabric for Halloween, since we're doing a Halloween block. And this was provided by the Gill, so I did not have to pick that out of my stash. And then I needed to have a corner complementary fabric that was cut 2 1/2-inch square, and that's the fabric there. Piece of fabric I needed was this medium orange, and it was cut 2 inches by 28 inches, and then from that I cut 2 pieces that were 2 inches by 8.5 and 2 inches by 5.5. And also from that same orange fabric, I cut a strip that was 1.5 inches by 14 inches, and from that I cut 2 strips 1.5 by 4.5 and 2 strips 1.5 by 2.5. The next fabric recommended was the strip of dark gold, so I have my gold here, and they cut it in 1.5-inch width, and then it was instructed to cut it in half, so that's why I have 2 pieces. And the final piece of fabric was a black piece of fabric that was cut 2.5 by 20 inches, and so I have done that. Now I have done all of my pre-cutting off camera just to save time and come straight to the block. So the next part of the directions are to sew the frames around these blocks, and also to sew these 3 strips into a set. So I will sew all of these units together, and then I will come back and show you the next step. I have sewn my pieces together, and I have 2 blocks. One now finishes at 8.5 and one is at 4.5. And then I have my strip set sewn that is 4.5 inches wide. So now I need to cut this strip set into 2 pieces that are 4 1/2, and then 1 piece that's 8.5. So I'm going to do that next. So I'm squaring up one end first before I cut my pieces. Going to cut 2 4.5. And now 1 8.5. And then I just have a little scrap left. So now I have all of my units sewn. I just need to sew everything together. So the way the block gets put together is my large focus fabric, and then this strip gets put here. I have a small strip up at the top over there. And then another strip that way. So it's just rotated the other direction. And then the last square there. So this is my final block layout. I will go sew these 2 pieces together and these 2 pieces together. And I'll be right back. I'm back with my pieces sewn. I pressed my seam toward the long strip here, so this seam is pressed up. And on this one, I pressed the seam toward the long seam as well, so I pressed it toward my border fabric here. Now I'm going to go sew these two pieces together, and when I press the seam, I'm going to press it toward my border fabric. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because with this fabric pressed toward the border fabric, when I get ready to sew these two units together, they'll be opposing seams. So now I have my block sewn, and I'm just going to turn it to the wrong side so you can see the opposing seams. When I get ready to stitch these units together, right here I have seams going in the opposite direction, which is what I want. This is the only match point in the entire block, so it doesn't matter which way you press the seams otherwise. But I will sew this seam and then I'll come back and show you the completed block. I'm back with the completed block, and I do have to add that I did have to match another seam here as well, and it is going in the same direction, but I just left it and continue to sew. So I had to match this seam and that seam. So if you're making this block, you may want to plan how you want to press. You can also make it in a scrappy setting where you don't have to have any particular focus fabric. You can also put photographs in these particular areas. Would be a really cute quilt as well. So I hope you like this block and that you can see the potential that it has in being used in various ways. And until next time, I'll see you in my next video.